And Jesus came to the 11 disciples and said to them, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I've commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age." Most of us are eager to obey the words of Jesus as he ascended in Matthew 28. But when it comes to practically applying those words, we ask ourselves, how am I supposed to do that? Evangelism seems challenging to us, perhaps. Maybe in our background, we were taught some program of one size fits all that we feel like was manipulative. Or maybe we've been on the other side of that. Perhaps we think to ourselves, well, who am I to bring the good news of Jesus to somebody else? But the truth is, as Christians, we're all called to share our faith in different ways. And this past summer, when I went up to Nashotah House, I took a class called Evangelism in Challenging Times, which dealt with just this subject of how to spread the good news of Jesus to those around us, whether it's somebody in the grocery store, someone who you're sitting next to on a plane, or maybe going through the checkout line. The class that I took was taught by Rebecca Manley Pippert, and Professor Pippert has put together a series of teachings about how to evangelize. It's called Empowered, Equipping Everyone for Relational Evangelism. And the thing with a relational evangelism is that it takes situations that we're already in and just helps us have spiritual conversations with people. Most people are eager to have spiritual conversations. They're hungering for that, but they don't know who to turn to. And we can be a light and a presence to those folks if we're acting in the power of the Holy Spirit, if we are listening to God guiding us. Part of the advantage of this class is that we go through the different things that stand in the way of us sharing our faith. Maybe it's fears of the unknown or fears of rejection. Maybe we think of the worst case scenario that could happen. But as we talk through those fears, we realize that talking about that and sharing that with one another in dialogue, it's not that scary. It's really not. And that we all are able to share our faith, for we all have a story to tell about how Jesus has impacted us. You don't have to be a theologian with tons of books on your shelves. In fact, sometimes that makes things harder. But you have to be faithful to Jesus and present him. And so this summer, I invite you to join us at St. Anselm as we go through this series called Empowered. We're going to be gathering on weeknights and watching a video series and then talking about it from June through about mid-August. But you don't even have to be at every session. If you can't make one of the sessions in our small groups, we're going to be putting the link out for you to see so that you can participate as part of the church. Well, I hope you'll join us and consider how it is that we can work together to accomplish the Great Commission, of course, empowered by the Holy Spirit. For apart from Jesus, we can do nothing.